Good evening, everybody. As we're coming up on Halloween, I have a zombie themed package to open today. I've seen these Make It Blocks brand knockoff Lego dudes at a few different dollar store and discount chains. This particular package came from Dollar General. No, not Dollar General. Dollar Tree, where a lot of my stuff has been coming from lately for the bargain basement blind bags. I'm not 100% whether this one's a blind bag or if what we'll get in the package is actually what's on the package. But for $1, 3 little knockoff Lego dudes, some zombies, probably about the right price with the quality these sorts of knockoff figures usually are. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Interestingly enough, this one does have a zipper bag type top, if I can get it open without tearing it. So it's kind of nice to get a package that you can open and close. And it does appear that this is a what you see is what you get pack, but our dudes are completely disassembled with stickers, so on the bodies there don't appear to be any paint applications. I can already see that it's a very different joint system than standard Lego guys. The legs don't appear to matter which side they go on. And it doesn't appear any front or back to the waist piece. Surprisingly tight fit. I've had a lot of these figures that were very loose when they were not the official Lego brand, but these joints are actually nice and tight. I did not anticipate these figures being just down at the component level. That was somewhat surprising to me. Oddly, they have a ball joint head. And the head is a little more, I don't know how well you can see, but the head is a little more square. But being on that ball joint, we do have some three-dimensional posability. I don't know how much that, you can see that a little bit. All the parts appear to be ambidextrous. The torso doesn't really appear to have a front or back. The leg holes go all the way through on at the hip joint, so those are ambidextrous also. You can switch the legs, it looks like. And then he goes flying. Sorry about that, little interruption. See how well he can hold his... The helmet seems to be a little problematic, and getting him to hold his gun is a little awkward. You probably already noticed me having trouble getting the helmet on properly, and it just popped right off. Holds the gun a little funny, but Most Lego weapons are a little squirrely anyhow. And then, of course, the sticker for his chest. The stickers are a little fiddly. You can see the backing came up. Not the greatest, but honestly, not expecting a whole lot at $1 for 3 dudes. So there's dude number the first. Like I said, the helmet fit, not the greatest. We'll see if we have similar issues with the headgear for the other dudes. This torso does actually have some, I don't know how well you can see that. There's some copyright information printed. So I guess this one does actually have a back. Go ahead and put the decal on before I try to put his arms on this time. That should go a little bit easier. So there we go, and then some arms. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the modular nature of these dudes, how you can put them together. I think that would be, depending on the age of your kiddos, if you're buying these for kids, hopefully by the time they're doing Legos, they're past toys in the mouth. But if these arms don't stay on very well, that could lead to chunks of dudes in the vacuum cleaner. But at least 3 dudes for $1 means they're pretty cheap to replace. Again, the fit in the hand seems a little wonky, but he's got it now. And the zombie's hat does seem to stay on a lot better than the soldier's helmet. So that problem may be specific to that helmet piece. And now our little goth dude. Or I guess, I don't know, goth's not a thing anymore. I guess he's emo. I would definitely recommend having a good clear space to put these together, because these arm joints, when you pop them in, that little focus. Okay, we're not going to focus. That little connection there for the joint is kind of fiddly, so if that doesn't get all the way in, there's a good chance of that thing just shooting off to wherever it feels like going. So I'm trying to fill the sound void. I guess I need to get some kind of a radio down here so that maybe there's a little something else going on sound-wise while I'm putting things together, instead of just dead silence and click, click, click. So there we go. Not bad at 3 dudes for $1. Now if you're grabbing Lego dudes at the dollar store, you know you're not going to be expecting the same quality as standard Lego minifigures. Okay, and as usual for comparison, here's our movie edition Cobra Commander. I'm gonna have to get me a couple of more Joes for size comparisons eventually. And Space Marine, and randomly yoinked from my son. First Lego dude I found with a head was Batman, so there's the size comparison between these dudes and standard Lego Batman. So if I pop off his helmet and emo dude's hair, you can see that they're pretty well a match for size. So they are actually basically the same scale as standard Lego dudes. His hair does fit Batman just fine. And that odd-shaped head does seem to present a little bit of a problem putting Batman's helmet on, but not a lot, because that still went on not great, but okay. He does seem to have a little trouble balancing with the extra weight up on top of his head. So there we go. That's from Make It Blocks, off-brand Lego dudes. Looks like it wasn't a blind bag, but it is actually true to what was on the package. But for $1, not bad. You want to create a Lego zombie apocalypse, that'd be a pretty quick way to do some townspeople and some zomboids and get her done. Y'all have a good one. Happy Halloween.